We're now joined by Tennessee head coach Kellie Harper. She'll begin with an opening statement, and then we'll take your questions. Coach?
Yeah, well, I'm really, really excited, really proud of our team. I'm really proud of our execution offensively. I'm really proud of our defensive effort. That is a really good basketball team, and you just weren't able to see that today. And they're so balanced and solid across the board. But our team we did what we asked them to do, and I'm just really proud of them. But it was a great bounce back win for us.
All right, take the first question from Ben.
Coach, were you more irritated when you went back and watched that second half from the other night, and how do you feel like your team responded between Thursday night and today's game?
I was irritated in live, and I was irritated when I watched it, and I was irritated when I watched it back with our team. And they knew it, they felt it, but I think they responded. Our practice, I thought, was good. It was tough, but I thought it was good. I thought their mindset was where it needed to be. They understood what went wrong and what we needed to do and how we can control that. So I thought tonight, going in at halftime, a very similar situation. Our team came out and it was really important to them to play a good second half.
Maria?
Coach, it sort of looks like you're about to teach a class with that background behind you. The third, halftime, same thing, big lead, played well. Third quarter, little uneven to open there, and you called a very quick timeout. What was the message in that timeout, and why did you call it so quickly?
Well, it was we had 3 offensive possessions, 2 turnovers, and 1 poor shot. And that's not how we needed to play. That's not how we played in the first half. So I wanted to make sure that that I had them all back on the same page, that we knew how we needed to play, and we were locked in to do it. They responded, and we were able to execute coming out of that timeout.
Michelle? Michelle?
Yeah, Coach Harper, forgive me for jumping ahead. First of all, congratulations on this game. And I know it meant a lot to you, the bounce back from the other night. But with going into Connecticut, what do you think are the biggest things you're going to be looking for against that game? Obviously, a non-conference game that's going to have a lot of eyes on it. And first time, Connecticut's been in Knoxville in a very long time. What do you feel about that game in terms of how your kids need to respond for that?
Well, I haven't had a chance to look at them yet, to spend any time on them yet. We'll do that this week, but I know what they do. I know how they play. I know for our team, 1, we've got to play hard. We're going to do that. 2, we have to execute, and executing is not just running a play. It's seeing the floor. It's understanding a mismatch. It's understanding angles. It's also executing your defensive game plan. It's guarding. And I think for us, it's all about our execution in that game.
Gustavo?
Coach, how do you see the team perform, especially in the second quarter when you guys held Alabama to only 7 points? Do you feel as an answer, especially defensively, the way you guys play, especially in the second quarter?
I tell you what, I was really proud of our defense. I thought our players were locked in. I thought the communication was good. In the first half, they're in front of our bench, so I can hear it. And I thought they were talking to each other. They were anticipating what was next. Really, really excited to hear that. I thought we had several individuals that really stepped their game up defensively. They were locked in and really focused and really excited about the challenge they had to guard some of these players.
Will?
Yeah, Kellie, I'm not sure that you've noticed or paid any attention, but since the Arkansas game, there's been a lot of fans on social media that kind of responded negatively to your team's decision to kneel during the anthem. I guess as a coach, what message would you have to those fans, and how do you try to help your team kind of block out that negativity and just focus on, the next game and getting ready?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. We talked about not being on a lot of social media. I know people read it. I haven't. I understand, you know, a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings about that. But, you know, our players in that moment, they wanted to express themselves. It was a very emotional few days during that week. And, you know, for what they told me, because they didn't tell me ahead of time, but after the game, they said, you know, it was just kind of a last minute decision that's how they felt in that moment. And, you know, they have that right. So we support our players and the voice that they have.
Kellyanne.
Hey, Coach Harper, congrats on the win. The TV broadcast announcers mentioned that before you called that early timeout in the third quarter, that you were hearing Pat Summitt's voice. I was just wondering if you could elaborate on that moment.
They said I was hearing her voice.
Yes.
I was hearing my staff saying we've got three bad possessions. You know, I think there's a lot of you know, a lot of talk about Pat right now and the influence that she has on us as coaches. And I do. I mean, it's easy. We'll be in situations and you just, when you've been around and when you played for her, you just know what she's about to say, and you can hear it or see it. I can visualize it. You know, I can still see those piercing eyes. And I think, you know, right now we get to relive a lot of those moments. They play in a lot of videos. It's really cool. And it's tough at times too, you know, to remember what we've lost. Because obviously she meant a lot to me. She meant a lot to our program. She meant a lot to the women's basketball world, but I'll be honest with you, sports and women in general.
Thank you so much. And a quick follow-up too. After Georgia's halftime is when things kind of imploded in the third quarter, but what was your guys' message, or what was your message to the team during this halftime?
Well, when I went in there, they had already taken care of it. They had already discussed as a team what they felt like they could do or needed to do differently. And we talked about it. This was about us. We were going to go out, and we knew that Alabama was going to make some adjustments and we were going to handle them. And we spoke very confidently, but very, very firmly about going out and making this second half about us. And I thought, minus, you know, just a couple minutes, thought we did that.
All right, we'll take 3 more questions, and I ask you to please confine those to this game. We will address UConn next week. Jordan.
Hey, Kelly, after the loss to Georgia, you talked a lot about how you didn't see want to out of your players, that they didn't want to have the ball in their hands. I just was curious if you saw a different team tonight and just their want to.
Yeah, I thought we did. I thought we shared the ball well. I thought people were willing to work a little bit harder to get open. You know, I thought we moved a little bit better. I was proud that we had an attack that it was an inside attack. We hit some threes. We put the ball on the floor. We made some cuts. I thought we had a really good balanced attack offensively.
Madison.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about that balanced attack, shooting 57% from the three, but then also outscoring Alabama in the paint by 14 points. Over half of your points this season are coming from inside the paint, and I know that's an area of focus during the preseason as well. How proud are you of just the versatility that your offense is playing with?
Well, I think we're growing into that. We've been scoring in the paint, and it's now there's versatility in how we score in the paint. We're passing to our post more. We are making a few better cuts. I think we're finding different ways to get those points, and that's what I'm proud of.
Final question, Maria.
Coach Tamari Key and Jordan Horston, it's sometimes easy to forget they're just sophomores. They really connected well to open that game and get you guys started well offensively. Just how critical is the evolving game of Jordan Horston and Tamari Key?
Well, I think Jordan naturally looks for Tamari on the block. I mean, she really does. She keeps an eye on her. And as soon as the defender is moved or out of the way, she's looking to get her the ball. And I think we've been able to do that across the board. It's given Tamari so much confidence. I tell you what happened. She missed a few bunnies tonight to start the game, a few easy buckets. She didn't get knocked down, and it did not do a dent to her confidence. She just kept staying aggressive, and I thought that was huge growth for her as a young player, just really getting better and better. And I think Jordan, what I've been really proud about her, she's starting to really understand how to get everybody on the same page and what we're looking for and where some holes are. So I think her growth has been exciting too. You're right. I mean, they're sophomores, but they're experienced sophomores. So we'll let them be upperclassmen.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.